What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are doing well. Today I wanted to talk with you about the difference between the market value of a home and the appraised value of a home. In its most simple and basic understanding, the market value of your home, or honestly anything, the market value of anything, but let's just say the market value of your home means if you put your home on the open market, put your house on the market, the market value would be the maximum amount of money that a willing and able and qualified buyer would offer to purchase for your home. Different than the appraised value. So when the appraised value of a home, in that scenario, the appraiser is supposed to be kind of like an independent third party that is kind of working on behalf of the bank to help protect them from risk, to make sure that they're not lending on a property that's not worth what the buyer wants to pay for it. So the appraised value, they look backwards in history to find past sales to justify the amount of money that the buyer wants to pay for the property. So they're looking back in history, maybe 30 days or 60 days, to find comparative sales to justify the purchase price that the buyer and seller have agreed upon. So it's important to understand, because the market value and the appraised value are not always the same. And you can talk to someone in the Bay Area or LA and they can tell you all about that. Historically, it's very common there. The market value of a property can far exceed the appraised value of a property. So in the Bay Area, it's very common, throughout, recent history, that you'll find buyers that are willing to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash over the appraised value of a property. Why would they do that? It's simple supply and demand. In those markets where there's been, essentially no supply and demand off the charts, and people that have a lot of money, they don't care what the appraised value of the home is. They get in bidding wars, and it's just the market value is sell it to the highest bidder. Obviously, when you're getting a loan, that becomes problematic. Because your lender is not going to lend or let you borrow more money than the appraised value of the home. So in those different markets in the Bay Area, Southern California, that's something that's very common to them. That's something just in the last kind of couple of years, something that our local market in Shasta County has experienced, where we have seen the market value of a home, meaning buyers, seller puts a house on the market, buyers drive up the price and agree on a price with the seller, and there's a disconnect between the market value, what that buyer is willing to pay, and what the appraised value is. And appraisers are struggling to look back in history and justify the purchase price based on past sales. So in that situation, the buyer either has to be a cash buyer, because you can buy whatever you want with your own money, or the lender's not going to let you borrow more than the appraised value, so then the buyer has to come up with cash to make up the difference, or the seller reduces their price, so it depends on the situation. But I wanted to share that with you guys so you know that there's a disconnect between the market value and the appraised value. Those are very different things, and sometimes the market value is higher than the appraised value. Sometimes the market value of a home is lower than the appraised value. I've met with sellers before and they said, "Oh, I got an appraisal on my house for, $600,000. It's like, well, that's great, but that doesn't mean that there's a willing, qualified, or able buyer that's willing to pay you for that. So depending on when you put your house on the market, when you're trying to sell that, it's not a guarantee, if you have an appraised value of a property, that the market value is there for it. So it's very important to understand the difference between that. Just wanted to share that with you guys so you guys are educated and informed. You understand how those things work. I hope you guys have a great day, a great week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.